Now, this is a very interesting book, Jews and Artificial Intelligence, Nir Strolowitz. The author describes everything in his book as his personal opinion. His introduction is very interesting. He says, at first glance, this book looks anti Semitic, as if I hate the Jews. In fact, I am counting on this. Today, many people in USA and Europe hate the Jews in Israel. Many of these haters are in influential positions and powerful organizations. So, together, they are a great force that already exists anyway. I believe that this can be turned into a force for good. There is a saying from the Bible, quote, out of the strong came something sweet, unquote. In a nutshell, I will take the hatred from legendary crimes, all Jews betraying another fellow Jew 2000 years ago, which cannot be undone, and focus on this hatred on real crimes that are done today. Very few specific Jews building the machines that will kill all mankind, which can still be stopped today. Even these specific Jews, I don't hate them, I hate what they are doing today. If they repent and stop building these doomsday devices now, I have no quarrel with them. Now the author introduces himself. Who am I? My name is Nir Strolowitz. I live in Haifa, Israel, and I am a Jewish atheist. Both my parents are also secular Jews. My family and me are non religious, but my identity card says Jewish. I am circumcised and so on. I was born in Israel and always lived here. I served in the Israeli army. All my friends are Jews. I love my country and Israel and support the Jews' right to live in Israel. About the occupied territories and the Palestinians issue, I think Israel should get out of there, not because the Jews owe anything to the Palestinians, but because it's for Israel's best interest. This same view is supported by 99% of the former experts in the IDF, Shin Bet, Mossad, Israel police, because they too understand that a win-lose situation cannot last for long. Your opponent will find a way to get even and turn it to lose-lose. If you want to know more about this issue, I can recommend that you watch the brave film The Gatekeepers. By the way, if in case you are not aware of this, the reason that Palestinian problem is able to persist for so long is ironically because of the international community who formally say it wants to end the problem. The refugee camps are given food by a unique part of the UN which doesn't exist anywhere in the world, UNRWA. Ironically, the W stand for work, but these people will not provide for them. The people in the refugee camps would have no choice but to go to work and start living and stop brewing terror if they could provide for themselves. This would force the country, in case of the occupied territories, that country is Israel, to deal with it, accept them as citizens and support them, or give them their country. It would be, if you have a pressure cooker that explodes, you have to deal with it. Because of UNRWA, the Palestinians keep boiling quietly, and this allows the right wing Israelis to perpetuate the problem without solving it. About the subject of BDS, boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, I think the BDS is totally wrong from two reasons. Number one, it's hypocrite. You boycott Israeli products, so why don't you boycott Chinese products? China conquered Tibet. The Tibetans are not murderers, unlike the Palestinians, and Israel didn't start the war. If you don't care about Tibet, how about your great care for Muslims, like the Uyghurs in China, who got treated far worse? If you are worried about so called atrocities, how about the Falun Gong, a peaceful religion, who are harvested for organs? So let's agree that everywhere it says made in China, you must not buy it or throw it away, like all your electronics, for example, or like your smartphone, too much. Then why the double standards? It's counter effective. Each time the Israelis feel persecuted, they get closer together and more defensive and militant. With all this BDS, you are simply helping to promote politicians who go against peace. It's a very interesting introduction. Now we will go further. Let's read parts of the book and you will have some good understanding. It's a book worth reading and I would strongly recommend it to anybody who is interested in the issue. The contents: me, who am I? What am I doing in life? Why am I writing this book? What evil does? Problem: Satan promises your wrath, victory in drone wars. Beetlejuice promises your gluttony, no need to work. Mammon promises your greed, cure for all disease. Belphegor promises your sloth, domestic slaves for all. Lucifer promises your pride, personally customized news. Leviathan promises your envy, higher social credit status. Sin 7, what God must do? Solution: welcome to the butlerism religion. Why is the devil knocking on the door? The book is very interesting, and the crux of the book is that artificial intelligence is evil, with which everybody will agree. How has this artificial intelligence come? Huh? What is the use? Huh? Who's benefiting? One has to see, even the artificial intelligence cannot correctly correct the auto system. The autocorrect is a total failure, for example. In WhatsApp, in Facebook, on all the apps, this autocorrect is a total failure. Now, the book has very interesting cartoons. If you can see, now the conclusion. First, you see the cartoons, then we will go to the conclusion. It's very interesting. Simple cartoons and explains the evil of artificial intelligence, and I strongly suggest that everybody should read it. Artificial intelligence is nonsense, and I am very surprised when I see intelligent people promoting it. It's a highly stupid thing, dangerous thing, and is totally going to lead to destruction. So I strongly suggest that you read this book and you will find it very interesting, and it's worth reading. Very simple, very easy to understand, simple cartoons, simple graphics, and you will enjoy the book. I strongly recommend it to every person. Epilogue: your pound of flesh. I guess some of you feel like the Shylock now cheated out of their juicy piece of the Jews that I promised you, but the Shylock you got your life as a gift if you follow my teachings. So that is your reward for reading. Yes, it's not that I couldn't make this JQ's kind of book, but this time against the Jews, these specific Jews who are killing us all, who are the greatest criminals ever, more than Hitler, more than Stalin, more than all the plagues, because they terminate the whole human race. Artificial intelligence. The reason that I didn't do this, both selfish and altruistic at the same time, I feel like I have a lot more important insights for humanity, similar to my inventions, but in the direction of unsolved problems. That is why I will try to explore it in the next few years, which are critical. Because more brain cells die every day. Had I started a personal war with Larry Page, for example, this would consume all my resources and I would end up like Newton, a shining beginning and then bickering pathetically. Please tell your priest, imam, rabbi, spiritual leader what I have told you. If you do that right now, you are the man or woman who saves the world.